He shares his years of experience, double digits of experience here in network marketing with great success. He has a great team behind him, and he continues to pour into us. He's another person I was excited to see last year at the Elevate in Dallas, and so we get to see him again. I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. He usually has him and his team that's usually there. He has added a lot to my success, just the perspective of what he has and what he's given, and learning how not to complicate things. Here's another reason why I enjoy hearing him, because he reintroduces us to not just ACN, but he also highlights the industry that we're in, right? And he gives us, he gives me some assurance that one thing, hey, you, you made the right choice. And I knew that already, but it just lets me know once again, like, this is it. These are my people. This is my tribe. And not only that, but that I can do this. You just never know. Not to prejudge, which was one of the very first things that he introduced to us this month. Not to prejudge. I like that one. That was one of my favorite ones because it was about recruiting, and about who to recruit. Just look at the entire world and what you can do just to change with it. And just not only that, but just saying that, you know, the good people win the most. That was from Jesse Lee Ward. That was a great one. The last one after that, the second one, excuse me, was the network marketing industry now, how it is today. And then last week, it was what can network marketing and residual income do for you? So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring here at the table. Once again, we thank you for your time. As you can see, he's always studious. I actually dressed up today because I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming today. So Mr. Curtis Evans, please put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the warm introduction, and I really appreciate it. We're going to have a quick meeting today. Hopefully you can get a lot out of it. Got some little different set of materials for you, some examples, if you will. Now, I was introduced to network marketing. I didn't know anything about it. In fact, a couple of people had come to me and mentioned it, but I just didn't understand it. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people. If they have an entrepreneurial bone in their body, they'll take a look at this because it has a unique system, a time true proven system that everyone in the world uses, and that's word of mouth. You know, where'd you get that watch from? I like your shoes. With that car, man, you know, where'd you get the coat from? Who built your house? You know, just all kind of things. And you answer them, and we do it all the time. This is not like the company's asking us to do something that, you know, so foreign to us. So if Sam Foster likes a watch that Al has on, and Al tells him, yeah, I bought this watch at so and so. Sam goes and buys a watch. The people don't pay Al any money to send Sam down there. They don't, if Maria is probably, if she's there, she has a Camry, and I love the color of her Camry. And I said, where'd you get the Camry? What color is that? She tells me, I go to the Toyota place, buy the Camry. They don't send Maria any money. It's really weird that that happens, you know, all of the time. And so we do it all the time, but we just don't get paid for it. We do it all the time, but we just don't get paid for it. And so if you understand that one simple thing, you will be so excited because you're going to create something called leverage. If you can teach other people to do this, you're going to create something called leverage so they get paid for what they already do. Now, what's so special about our company is the services that we have are services that people use anyway. So, I mean, they use it all the time. Sometimes I think I wish we had something we could put there, we could show them. I wish we had something we could put in their hands so they could feel and touch it. But that won't work because they go to Amazon and get it, you know? So, you know, it's a service that they use, cell phones, internet, healthcare, what we have, energy, electricity, and gas. There's kind of behind the scenes, and people pay these bills every month, and you have opportunity to get paid every month. However, we have to do the word of mouth and show people. Now, it takes some skills to do that. Okay, at first, you know, there's a system because you're going to come into the business with really low level of skills, like I did and everybody else did. And we're always learning. So no matter where you are, you're always learning. But it takes a certain set of skills to do this. The skills are how to attract people to you, how to help people feel better about that their skills could be used for something a lot better. So my favorite thing, and I do it a lot, is just, you will be good at my business. You will be good. Our company is looking for people like you. My company is looking for people like you. You know, I mean, can you say that? My company is looking for people like you. You know, and don't tell them ACN started in 1993. They have services that people don't pay bills for. Don't do that. That is not the time for the presentation. That time is to keep them curious, interested, to pique their interest. So how many times can you say that? My company is looking for people like you, to your Uber driver, your Lyft driver. How many times can you do that to the lady or woman, guy, girl at the food store that you bought food from, or someone you went in and you got a Red Bull and you ran it real quick, and the guy said, "Thank you very much for coming into wherever," and you say, "Thank you," and you turn around, my company's looking for people like you. How many times can you do that? And see if they say, what is it? You'll see them perk up because you just complimented them. You do a good job. You do your job here. My company's looking for people like you. Just compliment people, and not to blow smoke. This is a true compliment, a true compliment. How authentic can you come across with that compliment? And even do it with people that you know. This is not for people you don't know. This is for people you might even know. You know them very well. They just got laid off. They just got a new job, and they're talking about whatever, or they're on the phone just yakking on the phone about something that don't matter to you no more than a man in the moon. And you say, you know something, our company is looking for people like you. I mean, in other words, people that can talk to other people. Remember, word of what? Mouth. Word of mouth. So they're talking to you. Just imagine if they could turn around and talk to 10 or 15 or 20 people about this. And then what do they talk to them about? Tell them to say the same thing you did. My company is looking for people like you. I have Joshua Casey. Joshua Casey will be on a call tonight. I don't know how I got Joshua. I just don't know, but he's going to be doing a presentation tonight at 8 o'clock. I want you to listen in and see if, just listen in, and he's making good money. I want you to listen in and see what you think. And they don't know what the name of the company is. They know Joshua Casey is speaking tonight, and you leave them a link or text them a link, and so they can be on. They might be on, they might not. But if you did that to 10 people a day, and at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock tonight when your presentations are going on, you can see how many people can get on that call, okay? And take a look at the business. First time they've seen it. Now, you've been around it so long, you're not excited no more. You know that? I'm gonna give you an example of how that can happen. You could have married a very unusually good-looking woman, right? And she don't look good to you no more. I mean, she's nice, but you see her every day, every friggin' day. And then one day, out of the blue, a guy walks up to you and say, "Is that your wife?" "Yeah, she's a good-looking woman." And another person tell you that, another person. Well, how about this? You got a car, you got a brand new whatever kind of car, right? And it's a really good-looking car. But now it's just a what? Car. You know, you go to the gas station and you're putting gas in it. Somebody walks to you, "Man, I like this car and I love this color." You know, you got used to it. So suppose we have gotten used to ACN. Suppose Sam Foster has gotten used to ACN, right? So Sam thinks that nobody thinks ACN is special because he's got used to it, right? Like he got used to his wife and he's got used to his car. You know, what happens? What happens if Sam started talking about ACN like he just got started? You know, my company, I just found out about something really special. My company's looking for people like you. And I think that, and this is me in my words, you have to come and look in that mirror and figure out how to say it in your words. Look in that mirror and say that over and over and over till something rolls out of your mouth. I'm 70 years old. I got something that rolls out of my mouth all the time. Last year when I turned 30, I tell everybody that. Last year when I turned 30, I ain't no 30, I was 30, 40 years ago, right? But it rolls out of my mouth, you know? When I talk to my friends, they tell my back hurting. Your back. Last year when I turned 30, I didn't notice that. I just be playing with people when I say that. What I'm saying is it needs to do what? It needs to roll out of your mouth naturally. It doesn't need to be something somebody told you and then you can't say it like that. I just can't, that's not me. Whatever is not used, find you and let that roll out of your mouth, okay? That's what we call practice, practice, practice. That's what Stephen Curry did. He took a basketball and practiced shooting basketball. I think he used 500 shots a day. 500 shots a day is what he does each and every day. That's why he can turn around, shoot that ball, and turn around, walk off, and know it's going in the goal. Okay, another one, Taylor Swift. How long has Taylor Swift been around? We think she just became an overnight star last week or last month because she dated Travis. She's been doing this since she was 3 years old. Okay. 3 years old. And that's why she walks on stage in front of 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 people and knocks it off. I remember when we had the Super Bowl, there was 100,000 people at the Super Bowl, 100,000 people at the Super Bowl, and she came to see the Super Bowl. But do you guys know she left Japan and she sold out 4 nights in Japan at 100,000 people? 4 nights. Went to Australia, same thing. And this is a girl that started when she was 4. Now, what's that got to do with anything? She practiced, practiced. She didn't get rewarded in practice what she got praised for in public. So practice that whatever that thing I'm telling you to say in the mirror, practice that over and over and over until you get really good at it. What does that got to do with network marketing? Till you get really good at it. I just want to show you a couple of videos that shows these people that we know practice, and that's how they became who they are. So I want you to watch this really carefully. This is about Miss Swift, and I want you to have these skills. All you guys, authentic. You be yourself. That's why I said you find out what you have to say. Okay, are you down to earth, playful? You know how to have fun. Are you interested in others? A little rebellious. You don't want to do the job thing for the rest of your life. Courteous means you're nice to people. Quick-witted. You can come up with little quips. Al's really good at that. Graceful, and then passionate about what you're doing. You're learning not to sing like Taylor Swift and not to play basketball like Steph Curry, but these are traits that people have to get the business, to get a business started. So I'll play this video twice so you can see it.
First and foremost, Taylor Swift is a songwriter, a musician, and she's super passionate about that. And what I have found in every freaking charming person in the world, they all are passionate about at least one thing. And for Taylor, as we know, that is songwriting. When she was young, she tells a story of how she aspired to be a songwriter and the things that she did to get there.
When I was about 10 years old, I was watching a special about Faith Hill. It talked about how she went to Nashville. I realized that Nashville is where you need to be if you want to sing country music. Every day I would beg my parents just obnoxiously, we need to go to Nashville, please. And eventually when I was 11 years old, we took my first trip to Nashville. We drove up and down Music Row and I had this little demo CD of me singing karaoke music. My mom would pull up outside the record labels and I would run in and talk to the receptionist and say, hi, I'm Taylor, I'm 11, I want a record.
First and foremost, Taylor Swift is a songwriter, a musician, and she's super passionate about that. And what I have found in every freaking charming person in the world, they all are passionate about at least one thing. And for Taylor, as we know, that is songwriting. When she was young, she tells a story of how she aspired to be a songwriter and the things that she did to get there.
When I was about 10 years old, I was watching a special about Faith Hill. It talked about how she went to Nashville. I realized that Nashville is where you need to be if you want to sing country music. Every day I would beg my parents just obnoxiously, we need to go to Nashville, please. And eventually when I was 11 years old, we took my first trip to Nashville. We drove up and down Music Row and I had this little demo CD of me singing karaoke music. My mom would pull up outside the record labels and I would run in and talk to the receptionist and say, hi, I'm Taylor, I'm 11, I want a record deal.
All right, so you guys see the skills that she was picking up early on, and she was passionate about it, you know, and she needed to learn she didn't know where it was going to take her or what, but that's what she wanted to do. And then how did it work out for the young lady? I want somebody to ask them, tell me, how did it work out for her? Y'all want to find out? How did it work out for her? Maria, how did little young Taylor, did she do okay? Okay. Jabri, did she do okay? Sam Foster, did Taylor Swift do okay? You think she might make it one day? Okay, let's take a look at that.
Pennsylvania, I love you so much. Thank you for the most beautiful Saturday night I can ever hope to have. Will you give us one more song of your time? all my friends to the summit. Mama is the guy on the screen. Come and say home to me. Mama is my boyfriend. Mama is a dog. Mama is the breeze in my hair on the weekend. Mama's a relaxing dog. Don't you let me miss the for you. It's not sweet like honey. Mama is a cat. Living in my lap doesn't know me. Sexy like a goddamn acrobat. Me gonna fight like that. Mama is my boyfriend. Mama is a cat. Mama's a relax. Pennsylvania, will you please show my backup vocalist what it's like to be from here, like it's their hometown. Go! Pittsburgh, please turn your attention to the main stage and make some noise for my phenomenal band.
All righty, I know that has nothing to do with network marketing. You said, why did you show that? And the reason, I think you understand, the reason is because that little girl kept practicing and practicing and practicing. So she practiced and practiced. What are we practicing over and over and over? How to pique people, how to get people to see the presentation, practice and practice. And that's how Al's got to where he is now. Practice, practice, practice. And what you practice in private, you're rewarded for in public. That's when you get to ACN conventions down in Dallas, when they're walking you across stage because you made it to ETL, RVP, RD, RC, or whatever. You're getting rewarded in public. That's what she did. But she wasn't rewarded in practice when she was playing the guitar, messing up chords, learning how to do this. Her voice coach trying to teach her how to do that and this. You're rewarded in public, but it's a lot of practice in the background. Now, some people, they just ain't gonna put it in. They gonna put it into work. I just want you to know you got to put it to work. Now, it doesn't take that long because we have leverage. If we can teach 10 other people to do what we have, after a while, we got 100. And we're teaching 100, then we have 1,000. We're teaching 1,000. And that's how it doesn't take 20 or 30 years to get something done. She's 33 now. I think she said she started when she was 10. That's 23 years. But the bonus that she gave her whole band a couple of months ago, she gave everybody, the band, the truck drivers, the singers, the people that serve food, everybody, $100,000 a piece. That was their bonus check for the month, okay? And she can do that because of the practice that she did. That's $100,000 per person on her squad, driving trucks and doing whatever you were doing. So that's what happens after all those years of experience and in practice. I want to use the word practice. Okay, we got one more. And you know, I showed you before, this young man, he has a skill set to play basketball, right? And all we know is at the last second, he can seem to get it in. I don't have the whole thing, but this is a short clip, 2-minute clip, okay? This is how we started. Unfortunately, our parents didn't start us off like this when we were little, and certainly didn't start with network marketing. But network marketing doesn't take 20 years, 5 years, 3 years, and you're on the road, okay? But it takes persistence and practice, practice, practice. Let's go.
Wardell Stephen Curry II has been around basketball his entire life. Now, some folks may say he and the Golden State Warriors are basketball. Well, the Warriors are no longer perfect, and Steph never was. But that doesn't stop him from trying. I know this because I'm Wardell Stephen Curry I. He was a gift to us in 1988, born in Akron, Ohio, when I was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it was in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I spent 10 seasons that Steph got his true basketball education. He and his younger brother Seth were always in the locker room, at shoot-arounds, attending games. Growing up, basketball became Steph's passion.
I was more interested in basketball at the time, so it was more my sport. I was kind of better at it, it's basketball, and I wanted to practice some more on it and try to make it to the pros if I have a chance.
Steph loved being in that atmosphere, being with the guys, and they loved him too. Muggsy Bogues was a particular favorite, maybe because they were the same size. As time passed, his skills improved dramatically. I guess you could say he was bred for success. Like father, like son? I'd like to think so. I was the first-round draft choice, the NBA's Sixth Man of the Year, and the Hornets' all-time leading scorer with 9,839 points. But in a couple years, Steph should surpass that in about half the time it took me.
3 ball on the way. Got it! He passes his dad.
By the time he's done, he's going to have every three-point shooting record.
27 years ago, he was a gift to us. Now he's a gift to the world. Joy to that world and to yours too.
The good thing about us is it doesn't take us that long because we're practicing this. My company is looking for people like you. Whatever comes off your tongue, get good at it. Just get good at it. You can't say I did it once this week or I did it once this month and expect to get that success. I mean, and that's where you're accountable to your accountability coach, somebody that you're accountable to, doing 10 presentations a day. I call that a presentation. My company would be good. I call it, I know it's not a presentation, but I'm supposed to peak 10 people a day. And I got to get to that. I'm at 3 or 4 now, but I got to get to 10 a day because it's so easy. It's so easy. And then getting a number from them so you can send them a presentation if they don't have time to get on your 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock call, or learn how to I call it blow up, but how to the right word doesn't come to my mind. How to show off someone else. Maybe not talk about yourself. I know somebody that's doing 10,000 a month. I know somebody that's doing 5,000 a month. I know somebody that's doing real well. I really want you to listen to him. I got Al Randolph. I don't know how I got Al Randolph. But Al Randolph is going to do a presentation tonight. I don't know. He's going to be on at 7 o'clock. Could you make it? And they say, yeah. And then you send them the link to Al Randolph on his Zoom call. But figure it out. I'm not sure if anybody's going to figure it out for you, but figure it out. And that's how people do real well in life. They just figure it out. Something was there, they figured out. Elon Musk figured out the electric car. A lot of us had to figure out stuff. You know, we good at that. We figured out how to get out of school. We figured out how to get a job, how to get a promotion. We figured it out. Okay, we figured out how to raise kids. We figured out everything else. And in your life growing up, you might have said when you were 3rd grade or 4th grade, I want to get big. I want to have my own house or apartment. I want to get my own car. I want to have a job. I want to. And you did everything you wanted to do. I promise you, everybody on this call has done everything they wanted to do. You want to get out your mama's house, number 1, and you did that, right? You wanted to get your own car, you did that. You want to have a place you own, you did that. So when we say SVP, what is it? Figure it out. Just figure it out. And the way to start with that is to learn how to pick people and practice that over and over and over again. And if it worked for Taylor, and if it worked for Steph Curry, and I could go on industry after industry after industry, but work for them, it'll certainly work for us because we have leverage in this business. All right. Well, that takes care of all I have today. I'm going to turn it back over to you, sir. Mr. Harrison, it's all yours.